Hey! My name's Willie Minix and we're back with one more video for the Guitar Relaxation series. And I hope this has been helpful for you. I hope that maybe you've gotten something out of this and you've learned a new technique that can help you unwind and relax, because that's really what playing music is all about. And today I want to teach you another little technique that'll help you, that you can add to when you play, and it's Banjo Rolls. And I taught you earlier this 2-finger thing, but one little thing that you can add is there are 3-finger techniques that you can add, and you can kind of pick any string you want to. It doesn't really matter what string, but you can assign your fingers, the 3 of your fingers, these 3 fingers, to a different string. And you can just kind of go back and forth. So there's a forward roll. Then there's the reverse roll. And then you can do the forward reverse. And then the reverse forward. I think there are a few other banjo rolls, but those are just a few that you can practice. And they give it a little bit different rhythm. As you're playing your guitar. And that reminds me of, there's a Phil Keaggy song called "Be in Time," and I'm sure maybe it's on YouTube somewhere, but "Be in Time" talks about how God has a timing and a timetable, and a lot of times we don't want to be in God's timetable and what He's doing. Maybe He's taking us through a dark period that we're not real happy about, and we want to hurry up and get through it. And He's making us linger. Well, Phil Keaggy's song talks about how we should be in time, how God wants us to be in time, in His time, and to work through these things in the way that He wants us to work through them. And it's not always easy to work through these problems. It's not always easy. Sometimes we need a paradigm shift, and a paradigm shift is hard. You know, you don't get a paradigm shift necessarily right off the bat. Sometimes it takes a lot of years and a lot of work. And then suddenly something shifts and changes, and then we're a different person afterwards. Well, you can only be a different person if you're in God's timing, you know. Otherwise you'll be fighting His time, fighting His way of doing it, fighting what He's taking you through, and it just makes it harder and harder and harder. But if you can just kind of let go and just kind of be in time with Him, then all those problems just sort of get worked out after a while. And it's natural to want to hurry through things. It's natural to say, "This, I hate this. This is really hurting me. This is really something that I'm not happy about." Take a deep breath, let it go. I mean, I don't like to go through stuff either. And, you know, the thing is, we all have to go through stuff. But you can take a break. You can play your guitar. You can let these tones help you. And don't forget to breathe. And just by adding a couple little simple techniques, you end up with these really interesting, relaxing sounds that you didn't know you could make. I'll bet before you tuned into this series you thought, well, I can't really play like that. I can't really play that well. But now, just after a few videos, I hope that you've probably started to develop some dexterity in your hands and in your fingers, and you're starting to say, you know what, that technique's not that hard, and that technique isn't that hard, and I can play the bend, and I can do a slide, and you know, I can play that note right there, and I can really feel how this is just really relaxing, and I can breathe for a minute, and all that tension in my chest just opens up and lets go, and it flows away, just like this music kind of is like water just dripping and flowing. Well, I'll let all that tension just kind of flow out and just know that God has the situation in control. There are things about it that you cannot control. There are things about your situation that you just don't have the ability to change. There are things that you're going through that nothing you do is going to make it any better, and maybe might just make it worse. But you know what? If you trust God, He's a friend that can move in the hearts of kings. He's the friend that can talk to people that just hate your guts, and He can change the situation, and you won't recognize it until after it's done. Wow, that was God, and His hand was in that situation, and He cared about me enough that He worked and He did something on my behalf when I don't deserve it. And maybe you have to walk through that dark valley a little bit longer. So you need some of that tension. But you can let it go and just let it resolve and relax you a little bit. And these banjo rolls are nice because you can pick more than one string. If you want to. So I hope that something in that helps you, that you can use that to help you relax and not be so tightly strung. Just let it go. And I hope that these videos have been useful for you. And I just pray that whoever watches these videos will just be blessed and will be able to kind of unwind a little bit and let some of that stress just go away. Get yourself a nice cup of chamomile tea. Get your guitar, tune it up, and if you need to, go back through these videos. Pick something out that's going to help you unwind. God bless.